I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Lavi.
And Salty and Chip.
I think that was
and Jim Root.
that was actually pretty cool.
Was it?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I actually liked that a lot. Actually.
Oh.
That was pretty cool.
Well, you can watch it again. It'll be recorded.
This is Are You Ready by Disturbed.
Holy crap, that's a lot of words.
You're gonna get murdered for that in the comment section. They're gonna slaughter you for that, my friend. Shout out to the I mean, I don't even know who to shout out. I just checked something out at work and I'm extremely furious.
He's so frustrated, it's hilarious.
Let's underachieve.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just
Let's
busted out laughing
underachieve.
like that. You know what? I'm gonna leave that in there. That's me, y'all.
Alright.
He's really mad right now. I should be a more supportive wife. And I should be like, you're right.
This is Disturbed.
Because you're all disturbed.
And what is this? Are you ready?
Yeah, but it says warrior up there. Do you have the wrong lyrics?
Hit play. Just hit play.
You have the wrong lyrics up.
Wait, can we just hit play, please?
All right.
This is a lyric video, isn't it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, oh, I have to hit play.
Right. That's a different device. Glad this is a laughing matter.
Go.
Ridiculous.
Are you ready? Get up, get up. 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 Get up, get
You like it?
It's a good song.
I did not think you were gonna like it.
Huh?
I did not think you were gonna like it. Just too positive. That's the kind of stuff I like. That's the kind of stuff I'm gonna run to.
Yeah, I could just see you running. See you in your gear.
Okay, you want me to tell you the truth? You guys are gonna murder me for this, but this is like metal and Disney mix. I think there's a song, maybe it's on Pocahontas or something, and it's got that like high like like just like there's a certain part of the song that's very similar to one of the undertones of it. No joke.
What are you talking about? Like the Colors of the Wind?
No, there's a part in one of the Disney movies, and I can't remember which one was, but I think it's on Mulan. Actually, it's when like she's like starting to fight, and they're like getting the strength of their own to like fight and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that it has like that similar sound to it. So it's like
what a perfect way to cap the day.
I know. I liked it though, but I like those kind of, I'm a Survivor songs.
Yeah, this is a very preachy song.
I love it. Preach to me. I think I want to hear some preaching. I think I need to listen to some sermons or something. Yeah. Because I'm definitely.
What did you think the message was?
I think it was just like, stop letting other people control your mind. Like, stand up for what you need to stand up for, and like they're not gonna expect or be ready for you to like come against them like you need to, but like get your strength on and go at it. This is not the lyrics that you had pulled up before that I was like, oh my gosh, it's so many lyrics.
Yeah, it's a different one.
Yeah, obviously.
For sure. Yeah, I mean it's a very timely. I feel like David Draymond is a very smart guy.
Yeah.
Because I think he's looking at what's going on in our current cultural discourse.
Yeah.
And like, if you think about the fireside chats we've had recently, they've been very civil. Mm-hmm. And they've been very, hey, let's try to find a mutual understanding, and let's not other people, and let's not make someone a bad guy, so that we can actually listen to each other.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
That's not what's happening in, like, so you have Elio Mike, and then you have Ian from Britain, and Ian is saying it's crazy that we can have guns.
Yeah.
And then Elio Mike is saying it's crazy that you can't even walk around with a knife in Britain. And they're both calling each other crazy, but it was a massively respectful discussion. Yeah. But outside of our little village, you don't have that. No. So then what ends up happening is you have all these narratives of a person being oppressed.
Yep.
And so it's like everybody in the country...
So you think this is political?
Well, I think it's socio...
What? How did that even happen? Oh, because there was no cap, and I thought there was going to be a cap on there. I just got some more water on the computer, you guys. Luckily, we haven't shipped it away to have it fixed yet. Mashallah, that's happening tomorrow. But it's just the perfect ending for Vin's day. I love you, honey. I guess you won't be doing what I want to do later.
I think it's I'm not saying it's a political statement. I think it's a sociological statement in the sense of, because our climate is so toxic, everybody feels oppressed, and everybody feels like constricted.
Actually, I think that you're right. That's
everybody
really
feels
good.
Constricted, and everybody feels like society's trying to bring them down. Like
That's extremely wise. I think you're right. I think everybody feels constricted.
Yeah, between Obama and Trump. These two political figures have managed to make everyone feel like they're oppressed.
Yeah.
So, like, under the Obama administration, you had a lot of, white males who felt like they were being oppressed in the public square. Mm-hmm. And now, because of Trump, you have a whole bunch of leftists who feel like they're being oppressed. Mm-hmm. And that there's a lot of microaggressions happening and all this.
Well, especially because he's electing more conservatives into the panel.
Well, I mean, Supreme Court, but even before that,
I said especially because, like, now that's making people feel more constricted because they're like, oh my gosh, because you don't re-elect them after 4 years. Like, they're there.
Welcome to the oligarchy, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the Founding Fathers never really thought that the Supreme Court was going to have that type of power.
Oh.
They were just sort of like the umpire in baseball, where it's like, Yeah, the umpire in
Really?
baseball. Yeah, like the umpire determines if something is in the strike zone or not, or whether or not the runner beat the catch or whatever. And so it's like, so the umpire says, okay, foul ball or fair ball or whatever. Like that's the job of the umpire. And so that was basically how the Supreme Court was going to function, but it's metastasized into an oligarchy. But that's a different discussion. But anyway, so like you have all these people feeling like they're oppressed. So it's the perfect song, because think about it, like some white dude in Nebraska could listen to the song and be like, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Texas, that's right.
Yeah, I guess I'm so immature because I was just thinking about like, well, no, I guess I was thinking about like, the mindsets of like, when you're religious households or like that's what I was thinking.
There's a couple enduring. It doesn't matter when. This song is always going to be,
applicable.
People are always going to, but I'm saying right now in our country, like,
no, I think you're right.
Like, usually with rock and roll, it's only supposed to appeal to a certain segment in the society that feels like they're outcast or that they're oppressed. There's only, it's always like, okay, the rebellious teenager segment in the 80s or whatever, right? Like, but this right here,
everybody right now.
Everybody, so you have the regular people who are universally oppressed in their own minds, like teenagers and people in religious backgrounds. They always feel oppressed, but like this particular time we're living in, everybody feels like they're being oppressed. So it's like, and everybody's kind of like
weird, but you're
so you get
well, I always keep thinking about that clip.
Can you tell us what a safe space is?
I mean, a place where you're not going to get hurt or ridiculed.
And so on a college campus, if there's people with like Halloween costumes that maybe make you feel uncomfortable, does that make it not safe anymore?
Yeah, that's not a safe place.
So that's violent. It's not safe at all to be just seeing those Halloween costumes. So if you saw like a white person wearing like a sombrero and that's not safe.
No, because that's ridicule. That's being made fun of. It's using that as a caricature.
And you're not joking, are you?
No.
Oh my gosh.
It was literally like every friggin' thing was a trigger. And I think that for her personally, she probably feels constricted because everything triggers her. And then anybody that's in her vicinity feels constricted because she is triggered by everything.
Well, yeah.
And so it creates this world where you're right, everybody's feeling it.
Everybody's triggered.
Everybody's walking around triggered. Tension.
Yeah. And you don't know what to say, and then like people are like, all right, like let me try to get used to this new reality, and then you got other people going, that's too much fucking work. Like I'm not gonna pull out my phone. And it's like Jordan Peterson is saying, like, I can't pull out my phone and function that way and have 58 pronouns. I can't do it.
I know.
And then I mean, so there's just a lot of stuff happening in our culture right now, and not a lot of people trying to connect people and people trying to talk to people. So Roseanne sends out a tweet, end of her life.
I know.
Like,
you know what? I have to just say this thing about the pronoun thing. Like, I think some people are saying, well, that's hateful or that's lazy and stuff like that. Like, seriously, like I'm in my 30s and like there's people like that I see and I'm like, I know that person, but I cannot remember their name. So I couldn't open my phone and find them to know a pronoun if I don't even remember their name.
Yeah, but we've got trans people in the village, and I personally know a bunch of trans people, and none of them are saying, like, that lady that was saying you have to have 45, that's a fringe margin crazy person. Yeah, like, it's not, like, most trans people that you run into are not going to tell you that you have to memorize 45 pronouns, and then if you don't, you're hateful.
I can't believe you just said that person was crazy.
Oh, for sure. There's no way. No trans person that I've ever met would tell you, yes, there are 45 pronouns, and if you don't know all 45 of these, and you're hateful and you need to have a phone, please. We'll post a discussion with Tina and Dirk soon, but like it didn't end up, she wasn't saying that shit.
No, I know that. It's just surprising to hear.
No, like, but this is what I'm saying, like, this is what we've descended to in our culture, to where it's like, people feel like they can get on national TV and say that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy talk. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you can't expect a person to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, But that example, like, I'm not picking on you, but that example is like what happens is like you take a fringe person and then that fringe person ends up speaking for the entire group of people.
Yeah.
And the entire group of people are like, whoa, wait a second, no, I don't.
That's not how we feel about it.
That's not how we feel about it.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, Tina's not speaking for the entire trans community, but she's like, no, I completely get that. And when I was talking about, you know, I was saying if she was babysitting Zoe, like, would she follow, you know, her into the bathroom if somebody was, you know, like being all weird and shit? Like, she's like, yeah, I completely get that, like, for sure. She's like, you'd be a bad parent if you weren't worried about that. So like, it's a real. When you talk about like ground level people just trying to make it.
I think that you might have missaid that. Like,
what do you mean?
She said that she would be concerned if a transgender person followed our young daughter into the bathroom. Like.
Well, I was talking about a dude with jeans in a 5 o'clock shadow, and he, you know, and he's saying, "Oh, sure, I'm trans," and goes into the bathroom.
Right. Somebody saying that
she would go in. She would go in to make sure that something was good. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And so
I guess
she's like, no, she's like, that's a valid concern for sure. Because I was saying, I don't think that a transfer. I don't think you are trying to do that. I think you're just trying to go, but somebody can piggyback off that and fuck shit up for everyone.
Which is what happened. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like you have what happens is the media functions on sensationalism. You know what I mean? So it's like you have people that are like, for example, like that whole situation where the guy was eating the steak in front of the vegan woman.
Yeah.
Okay. But that vegan woman was saying that eating steak creates toxic masculinity. And toxic masculinity is like being blamed for like school shootings and the Vegas shooting and all this shit. Oh. So she was basically saying, oh shit, if you eat steak.
Oh, I guess I misunderstood.
Oh yeah, that's what she was saying. She's saying if you eat steak, you're going to turn into a serial killer basically, and you're just a horrible man for eating steak. Well, most vegans aren't like that. Most vegans are like, I care about animals. I really don't think we should be doing this. I think it's cruel. Look at the way that we're treating, you know, you know, whatever, and it's just cruelty. And if there's a non-cruel alternative, why wouldn't you take that instead of the cruel alternative? Like, that's most of the vegans that I've actually spoken to.
Right.
Like, they're very non-judgmental, you know, like, you know, Schoolcraft sent me that thing with the, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the cookbook and things like that. But what does the media do? They bring a fringe person on there that not only says it's bad to eat meat, but also says you're gonna turn into a serial killer if you eat meat. So now this person, if you're watching Fox News and that's the only thing you watch, you're gonna think all vegans think like this.
Yeah, for sure.
So then what does a guy do?
For sure.
He eats a steak. He eats a steak in front of her. Well, if I'm a vegan, I'm generally not going to watch Fox News.
Yeah.
But if my favorite vegan author's on Fox News, I'll say, oh shit. Then I turn in, and then what do I see? This right-wing white male, what is he doing? He's eating a steak, purposely being a dick.
Then he went on to say, because she was saying that you make money and you're like buying like very expensive things and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, I'll go give this steak to some homeless person.
Yeah.
He just took it even further.
Right.
Being
so
like,
complete jerk, complete jackass, right?
Are you serious?
So now it's like, if I'm a Fox News watcher and this is my only exposure to vegans, I'm like, these people are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But then if I'm a vegan, it's my only exposure to like a right-leaning white person. They're gonna go, these people are, they're exactly the nasty capitalist bastards that I thought they were. Oh, you're just gonna chuck your half-eaten steak to some homeless person, and but you gotta understand, like, that guy is on the fringe of the right wing. He's on the fringe of like, just completely despicable human being. Most white males who eat meat would not do that. They wouldn't say something like that. They wouldn't. I see there's doubt in your head, but they really wouldn't.
There's absolutely doubt.
Yeah. But that's ridiculous.
But that's because I was a vegetarian, so I saw what people would do. They would eat their steak like that. This big dramatic thing. And you know what? It was always men that did it.
Your Grace. At a dinner table.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're supposed to eat at a dinner table. He was doing this in an interview.
Yeah, that is different.
This is clearly just trolling and being stupid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do see different.
So now what happens is you've got these two groups, and the media is putting out the fringe because it gets you to watch. It
gets numbers.
I mean, you're looking at the clip right now, right? And so it gets the numbers and all this shit, and so now everybody's mad at everybody. Nobody's communicating. So like everybody in the middle, which is where all of us are, is caught up, feeling like we have to take sides and not wanting. Well, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with the vegan lady, so I'm just gonna, I don't know what to do, and then, and then, here we are. This is our society. We're in a fucking powder cake now, because we can't talk to each other. Which is why I think that the firesides are very, very important. Like, that's what we're trying to accomplish, is that we can say, no, we can disagree with each other. We're gonna have a fireside on veganism. If you're a vegan, and you feel like you can represent that side in a compelling way, reach out to me. We can have that discussion. If you're a socialist, if you're a capitalist, we're going to have that discussion. If our email if our internet can work, right? So it's like a song like this. It's like, don't let their vision leave you blind. Yeah, that's a good line.
Yes,
because there is a time to apply us versus them. Right. Yep. Because if you're saying, look, there's only about 2% of our society that control the media and the political discourse. There's 98% of us in the middle. We're not going to let their vision of what America looks like. Because here's the thing. What's interesting, I was listening to, I forgot the guy's name, Michael Moore. Yep. And he was on MSNBC. They were all like, how did this happen? The Trump, after Trump got elected. And what was very interesting, the point that, because Michael Moore predicted Trump. Oh, he did? He was like one of the only few leftists that actually
is he the one with a lot of blue in the back of his thing and a little sign?
No, he's not a politician. He's
I know. He's not a politician.
He's a documentarian, basically, but he's a leftist. Yeah. Kind of large fella and unkempt, very just. Anyway, don't worry. So he's going on MSNBC. Yeah. And he's trying to explain to all these leftists how, because they're legitimately confused. Yep. But he predicted it. And so he basically was trying to explain to them, like,
how it happened.
You guys are stuck in your little, he's like, you guys, we represent like 2% of the country. Like, that's not what's going on in the country. And I could watch them. I'm like, they don't get it. And watch Trump get reelected in 2020, because they still don't get it. Right. They don't get it. Right. So it's like, they're just sitting there and they're like, I don't understand how this happened. I mean, and they're all in their little, like Hollywood and drinking their Starbucks, and then one of the guys goes, well, when are they going to understand us? Because Michael Moore was saying, we don't understand these people. We obviously misunderstood them. And then the Hollywood guy goes, well, when's their accountability to understand us? Hello? They don't need to understand you. They're the majority. You're the minority. But they're stuck in their little world, so they don't realize. Wow. They don't realize. Now I know immediately what's going to happen. So he's going to go, well, Hillary won the popular vote, so blah 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 blah. So people were still on Trump's side. Were against Trump. No, Hillary won the popular vote because people were holding their nose and voting for her. She was not a candidate that people loved. Hello.
I mean, I think,
I mean, please.
I think that if people are honest with themselves, like that, there was a lot of people that were saying, everybody I can't tell you how many times I heard the lesser of two evils.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was...
Push on. But all those Midwestern Rust Belt people, they were rocking those MAGA hats with pride. Yep. Because but what happened is, like, as soon as you rock a MAGA hat, everybody's now saying that you're a racist. Or it could be that they were completely abandoned by the Democratic Party, which used to be a blue-collar party. They got completely abandoned because of Obama's idealism for the last 8 years. Flint, Michigan still has no water, and then somebody showed up and actually went to their state instead of Hillary, who didn't even go to their state because she had a blue wall. Could that be it?
She had it.
So it's like, this 2% of the population on the Republican and the Democrat, on the right and the left wing, who represent the fringe, their vision of America is skewed,
and it's leaving us all blind.
And they're trying to put that on us. Yeah. And it's like, hey guys.
Because people aren't thinking. I feel like people are not thinking for themselves. They're thinking like the thoughts of their party instead of like thinking it.
But there's all these threats now. There's all these underground threats. So you've seen it on the channel. If I say something positive about Trump, oh, I'm going to unsubscribe to your channel. I'm not subscribing. If I say something positive about Hillary, oh, you're a leftist. I posted something and some guy was like, oh, I didn't know you were a left winger, Vin. So it's like, if you're not a person like us who don't give a fuck,
right?
If you're not like completely secure in yourself and have a developed worldview and have thought these things through, and you don't care because you're not going to play the tribal thing, then people get threatened and they get blackmailed into a corner, and as soon as you put that little label on them, forget it.
Yep.
And that's these people's vision for the church, for the country.
Yeah.
It's like left wing, right wing. That's it. And are you ready to be turned into someone that can't be preyed upon? And you know what the best way to realize that you're being preyed upon is? It's self-awareness. Somebody said to me again about this unbiased thing. None of you are unbiased.
Right. You just have to be aware of what your bias is, so then you can think more clearly.
Right. Think clearly. Realize who you are and realize who you're not. Because if you think that you're unbiased, then your biases, you're gonna have a ton of blind spots, and the people that control the overarching narratives of our society are gonna be able to fuck you up mentally. That's what's happening. So you gotta know what your biases are, and you have them for a reason. I'm not saying abandon them to try to come up with some neutrality. Just hold them out, and with the possibility that you could be wrong about them.
Yep.
That's simple. Because if you don't, these people will eat you alive. It's that simple. But so it's like, why wasn't there an outcry? This Fox News guy. I mean, the bad part, sure. He was eating a steak, but the real bad part was what you pointed out, which was him saying, "Here, I'll just give it to some homeless guy." Like, the lack of dignity of another human being. Like, why? But that's okay, because you know why? Because on the right side, you got to defend that guy. He's doing the right thing. Even though most of the people that I believe most of the people that watched that show were like, that was terrible, he shouldn't have said that. But you can't criticize him, because if you do, well, are you gonna be with the leftists? See, we're getting preyed upon.
Yeah. That wasn't right.
It's insane. What do you rate the song?
I like it. I'm giving it a 9. I liked it.
It's a good solid 7 for me. Good job. This is one of those songs where it's like, okay, they're very aware of the crowd. This is a crowd song. Like, are you ready to jump up? Get up. It's like, boom, ready made to get the crowd jumping and all that shit. So
I'm going running with it tomorrow.
I'm sure. All right, to 7. You got it. What did you give it?
I gave it a 9. I really liked it.
Okay.
I was probably enjoying that I was like, he's not gonna like it. I thought you were gonna give it like a 3.
What?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna give it a 3.
What gave you that impression?
Just because it was too uppity. And you were so grouchy.
I wasn't grouchy. I just don't like mediocrity. That's all.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
When you edit something, you do that shit with top-notch excellence. You didn't have all the ability in the world at the beginning, but the little that you had, you maxed it out. And that's all I'm asking for people, is just max out what your potential is. But, hey, who cares? Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Feel heavy now. Seeing the solution, take those mental shackles.